Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So today I'll be showing you the equipment build I have. Some of you guys actually asked what equipment am I using for my cart tornado build. So I'll be more than happy to share that with you guys. So let's go ahead and check my bag. So here you would see I'm using my Destroyer War Axe for my weapon. It's actually the weapon of choice for cart tornado build. It gives more damage when you refine it, more damage to cart attack, and in turn gives more damage to your cart tornado as well, because cart tornado damage is actually based from your cart attack damage. One thing to take note of though, neutral attack modifiers does increase your cart attack, but it does not increase your cart tornado damage as well. So you can actually just skip neutral attack modifiers once you're already using cart tornado. Also, I have my enchants here. It's a decent enchant. It's a 3.4% physical damage increase. I have my farming cards here for damage to earth and water monsters. But for dungeon runs, I actually use Minotaur's card, 2 of them. I don't really need the deposit effect because I have the 3rd line for the Ruthless/Rune, which completely ignores defense. So that's the beauty of being a Novice Guardian. Next item is my Vinx bracelet. It's a Vinx magic bracelets. You might ask, why are you not using skeleton bracer? Why not the Rosa bracelet? First off, Rosa bracelet gives ignore death, which I don't really need. Skeleton bracer only gives plus 10% attack on level 10 refine. But with Vinx magic bracelet, I can actually get plus 10% attack by increasing my flee to 500, which is very achievable with Nogu builds. And then for every plus 5 refine, I get an attack for each 10 flee points. And if I have 500, so that's already a 50 attack. And plus 10 gives you an additional attack plus 1 for every 5 flee points. So that's 100, giving you 150 attack when you reach 500 flee points. Plus 15, that's my target. Plus 15 because it gives attack plus 8%. So if you compare Skeleton Bracer and Vinx Magic Bracelet, Vinx actually gives more attack, raw attack, compared to Skeleton Bracer. And what I like about it is it gives penetration as well of 1% once you reach 8 plus 8 refine, and that's gonna be plus 1 up, until plus 15. So that's gonna be up to plus 8 penetration. I'm still working on my enchantment on this item. As you can see, I'm targeting either hit or flee. So I have hit plus 16 here, but I do have strength plus 5 as well. Got lucky on that one. And also planning to slot the item so that I can have protection against freeze by using mark cards. So freeze is very annoying during PvP. Next is my armor. So I have a plus 10 Chosen's armor. Reason I'm using it is it's because it's very helpful during guild versus guild. Especially it protects you against fear. Fear is very annoying during PvP or even guild versus guild. You don't want to get hit by fear. Also, it gives a decent amount of attack. So, and when partnered with the loyalty ring or the loyal ring, whatever you call it, it gives plus 5% more attack. And my enchant here, mainly I have this for the max HP of 5%. But at least a little bit of flee was added to help a bit, and attack plus 23 as well. So for the card, I'm using the Archer Skeleton Star card, obviously for the attack plus 5%. During PvP though, I use my Thara Frog card, so it's very useful. Damage reduction against demi-human, so you become very tanky when you have this one. Next is my garment. So the garment I'm using is my +6 undershirt. You might ask, why undershirt? You're not a crit type or an agi type. I know, but the flea bonus does help with reaching 500 flea. Also, when you have it on tier 7, tier 7 actually gives attack plus 1%, and every 10 flea grants 1 attack. So that's another 50 attack when you reach 500 flea. So that's plus 200 already from that bonus, together with the Vinx bracelet. Then we've got tier 8, another plus 1 attack percent, and then crit damage for each refining level, but I don't really do crit damage. I'm just in it for the attack plus 1%. So that's a total of 2% attack. Ancient Cape plus 12 is very expensive. It does give plus 3% attack and ignore death, but again, Novice Guardians don't really need ignore defense when you have the third line for Ruthless Slash Roam. So this is a more cheaper. More and cheaper. That's what. This is a cheaper alternative for Ancient Cape. Next is my boots. So plus 8 boots, rune boots is a must. It gives attack plus 3% and another 2% attack when it's refined to plus 8. So plus 12 is going to be very expensive. Maybe I'll do that once I complete my other items that I'm planning. So this is not my priority yet. And then slotting it will be the next one. So it gives pretty decent amount of raw attack. So I got Flea on it and hit plus 6 and attack plus 12 for the enchant. So next, I'm planning to change that. So, oh, by the way, I kind of forgot to show you the enchant for my undershirt here. My enchant is magic reduction of 7.5%. Very helpful or useful during PvP against those mage type. I know we have Eden Team Blessing where we ignore death at all. I mean, where we ignore magic damage, like we just totally cancel it out. But sometimes, you know, it doesn't really switch on at the right moment, so this is good to have. So next would be my accessories. So first I have the Ring of Loyalty, which has a combo effect with the Chosen's armor. It gives you plus 5% attack on the combo, and also magic attack of 5%. And so yeah, I've got Sharp Blade 2, melee attack plus 5% here for my enchant. So since we're using an axe as a weapon, we're still considered as melee attackers, even though we're using Card Tornado, which is a ranged attack, but it doesn't really matter since our weapon is an axe. And physical damage of 1%, not really great, but it's, you know, it's kind of cheap, and that's what I was able to snap at that time. And I have the Wraith Star card here. Gives you more chances of stunning and freezing enemies, and the time actually increases as well, so this is good to have, especially I'm using certain headgear, which I'll show you in a bit. Next is my powerful ring. It's not slotted, it's not upgraded to tier 8, but this is actually my next project. I'm planning to tier this to tier 8 so that I can get that 2% attack bonus once refined to plus 8. As you can see, it's already refined to plus 8. So my enchant on this one is hit plus 3, physical damage of 2%, and I got a Sharp Blade melee attack plus 5% on it as well. So those are my accessories. Let's go with my headgear. So this is the headgear I'm talking about. I've got the Thunder God's Kabuto. It gives physical penetration, which is very useful. And it says here, when auto-attacking, has a 30% chance to stun the target for 2 seconds. Now, this is what's really cool, because Card Tornado actually stuns the enemy still, even though it's not an auto attack. So I've tested this multiple times, and it works. So and it gives me 10% more damage to stunned enemies. So what more can you ask? I actually have a skill called Status Vulnerability, which I use during PvP, where my damage actually increased further to stunned, bleeding, or frozen enemies. So this is a great thing to have during PvP. Enchant is flee and hit rate, things that I need for me to hit those high flee monsters, and even, you know, reaching that 500 flee as well. So for now, the card I have on it is the NPC's Revenge card, which is pretty decent. Gives you skill damage of 2%, which is not really bad. That's actually a great thing to have. But I'm trying to see if I could change it to the penetration card. I think it was an Andre Star card. So yeah. Then I've got my face gear here. It's Epic Spirit Lightning. It's epic for wind damage. It's wind damage plus 10. Then when you refine it further, it's 1% wind damage per refine. So I have it at plus 5. So that means it's giving me plus 15 total wind damage. And I've got flee on it, on the enchant, and also physical damage increase as well. Here, I'm using this Flame Dragon's Teeth as my mouthpiece. I haven't rolled the gacha item yet. I think it was called Wyvern Frozen something, which gives penetration and also freeze effects. That's my next start. I will target that once I get my other headgears. But for now, I'm using this one. It's plus 4% attack, which is pretty decent. So I have unlocked hit on here, attack, and flee, all 3 things I need. Next is my back item, Wind Chimes Fan, which gives me wind damage of plus 10%. I guess this is the best back item so far that I could get in the gacha. So I was lucky enough to get it. Next is, so I have hit on my enchant here. So yeah. So next is my tail item. So for my tail item, I'm actually planning to change this. I've been trying for 2 months now to get the Prince of Thunder tail item, which gives plus 8 wind attack or wind damage, and also plus 8% chance on stunning enemies, and duration plus 8% as well on stunned enemies and frozen. So that's the best tail for wind damage or wind damage types. Haven't been lucky so far. It's been 2 months, but I'm not giving up. So I've got attack plus 35 here. I'm not gonna waste too much enchantments here, since I'm gonna change it anyway in the future. So let's talk about my headgear. I've been planning to change my headgear, maybe to Abyssal Cry or to White Knight Helm. Pros and cons are Abyssal Cry is a gacha item where I just need to spend blue tickets on it. But Lady Luck plays a part. I have to be lucky enough to draw it. But I can also try to get White Knight Helm. Unfortunately, I missed the Battle of Cake event where White Knight Helm was being given away. So I wish they would do that again. But White Knight Helm, pros is that I can definitely get it, but cons is it's gonna be expensive. So yeah, those are my plans for my headgear. So yeah, those are the equipments I've been using so far, and it's been really great. We're gonna do a little test damage here. So right now I have my dummy set up to Formless Race for Thanatos, large size as well since Thanatos is large size, and Shadow Attribute since Thanatos is a Shadow element. And the strength of Thanatos usually runs around 60% to 70% dummy strength equivalent. So right now I'm going to use 70%. I'm going to go ahead and save that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and eat. I'm not going to eat foods yet. So I'm going to show you how much damage I deal. Let me just change my cards here. No, I'm gonna use this one. Okay, so I have 2 Minotaur's cards on it to deal damage to large. I'm gonna go ahead and check my buff if I've already set it up. So the buff I usually use for this one are the lineup here. Am I gonna use? I usually just manually cast Hallucination Walk so that I can, you know, control the time where it gives me that debuff effect. Because it does give a debuff effect after the buff effect it provides. So prepare for elite. I'm gonna use Hallucination Walk, then Magnum Break, then boom. Okay, 373 per tick with all full buff. I don't have foods yet, so let's try it with food. I'm gonna eat feast, 6 of them. Just making sure he's eating. Alright, then I'm gonna use some maybe strength meal B, then Agi meal B for more flee, and Dex. Maybe that's enough. Usually I use Vit, but I don't want to waste Vit since I'm not gonna be attacked anyway. So I'm gonna buff again. That's Hallucination Walk, Magnum Break, then cut. So I'm dealing 529 now. Oh, with the effect of Mesa's buff, I'm actually going further. Wait, the debuff effect of. Let me remove the cats. Let's kick out the cats first. Okay, no more cat buffs. So again, rebuff, Hallucination Walk, Magnum Break, then 529,000. And I don't have my pet on me. So what if I had my pet? Well, you don't really have pets during Thanatos Tower. But let's just see. The pet I'm using is this one. Wind Ghost pet. It gives plus 5% wind damage, which is great since we're using wind attacks. So it reaches 550. Let me rebuff. Magnum Break gone. Let's bring back the Magnum Break. 550. Oh, debuff effect taken effect now for Hallucination Walk. Magnum Break. 550. So that's on a dummy strength of 70%, which is close to the Thanatos strength. So we're gonna bump that up high. How about if we do 100? Right? Just curious. Let's buff ourselves. How much damage do I deal? 29,000. Damn. Okay. So that's it for my build, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you again next time. Thank you for watching.